Sorry about that. I went to unshare my screen and I accidentally ended my live. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm still not buying until I actually see the movie that Stu is alive. But I do think that they are going to pull a family angle for this film because it seems like all the newer Scream films they are copying the original films. Like as I said, Scream 2022 copied the first Scream, and then Scream 6 copied Scream 2. And I have a good feeling that you know that Scream 7 is going to copy Scream 3 a little bit. Yeah, I've been hearing some theories from people that Tatum, Sydney's daughter, is going to be one of the killers, and you know, like I'm going to put a poll. All right, I'm going to put a poll, and the poll is: do you think Stu is alive? Answer in the poll. Yeah, do you think Stu is alive? Yes, no. Yeah, I want to know. Do you think Stu is alive? Yes, no. Yeah, do you think Stu is alive? Let's go back to the trailer.
Hello? Do you like scary movies? Surprise, Sydney. I've been planning this for a long time. Your daughter.
Yeah, I like the fact of this opening teaser trailer. They're rehashing almost all the phone calls in past Scream films. I like that. Now, if you look here, McKenna Grace's character is wearing a plaid skirt, and there's a running joke, there's a running theory that in all past Scream films, all the characters that wear plaid turn out to be Ghostface killers. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if McKenna Grace's character is a Scream killer because she already played a killer in a film already. Yeah, she already played a killer in a film already. So it wouldn't surprise me if McKenna Grace's character turns out to be a ghost face. But in my opinion, do I think Tatum could possibly be a ghost face? No, I don't think so. But it wouldn't surprise me if McKenna Grace's character is a ghost face because of the plaid skirt thing. Because, like I said, in past Scream films, there has been a running joke where any character in the Scream movie in any of the Scream films, they end up wearing plaid, and any of the characters that wear plaid in a Scream film turn out to be a killer. Because think about it, Billy wore plaid. He wore a plaid like shirt or a plaid like hoodie. Yeah, he wore a plaid hoodie. Or a plaid coat, maybe a sweatshirt. I don't remember. But yeah, Billy wore plaid. Um, I believe Mickey wore plaid. Roman wore plaid, and Jill, she wore plaid, and Richie, he wore plaid. So there's this running joke. There's this running theme that in the Scream movies that any character in the Scream films that wears plaid turns out to be a ghost face. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if McKenna Grace's character turns out to be a ghost face. And it looks like from the first trailer and this teaser trailer, Tatum, the character Tatum and her best friend, whoever her best friend's name is, McKenna Grace's character, it wouldn't surprise me that they pull like, oh no, your best friend turned out to be a ghost face. Because that's what they did in past films, and because like there's always that one person, there's always like those people that turn out to be a ghost face in a friend group, in a friend group. So yeah, like my money on who I think a ghost face is definitely McKenna Grace's character, only because she already played a killer in a movie, in another movie before, so it wouldn't surprise me if McKenna Grace's character turns out to be a ghost face.
Is the same age you were when this all started.
If you hurt her,
I'm not going to hurt her until you're here to see it.
It's gonna be fun.
But yeah, I firmly believe that Stu's not alive, even though the filmmakers of Scream 7 have been teasing us that, like, yeah, Stu is alive. Stu is alive and been hiding this entire time, waiting for his revenge, planning his revenge on Sydney. Let's go back a little bit.
Surprise, Sydney.
I firmly believe that is Sydney's husband, the one that got like just covered up in the sheet, plastic sheet, and I firmly believe he's a goner. I don't think Sydney's husband Mark is going to survive.
I've been planning this for a...
Let's see. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I didn't read what the sign says. I didn't see what the sign said the first time I saw this teaser. Mm, da, da, da.
I've been planning this.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see. Fallbrook Fallbrook Psychi- Psychiatric Psychiatric Hospital. Fallbrook Psychiatric Hospital. Now Fallbrook must be a town in Indiana because apparently the movie Screen 7 takes place in a fictional town in Indiana called Pine Grove, Indiana. Or who knows? Maybe this is another town in maybe Fallbrook is another town in Woodboro.
Planning this for a long time.
Wait, hold on. No, I can't see her face, but I can tell that's Courtney Cox, that's Gail. I can tell by her hair and her height and her nose. I am confused about these drawings though. Are these supposed to be drawings of like past victims? Because that's what they did in like Scream 6. They had drawings of past victims, or maybe these are like drawings of upcoming victims. Yeah, I can't tell what these drawings are. Although this one right here, um, that kind of does look like Tatum.
Long time. Your daughter is the same age you were when this all started.
If you hurt her,
I'm not going to hurt her until you're here to see it.
It's gonna
Wait,
be fun.
wait, hold on. That was funny. Hold on, let me go back. Wait a minute. Is that the original fonts from the first movie? Wait a minute. Hold on. Is that the first is that the original font from the first film? If that is so awesome. Oh my god, like I'm gonna love Scream 7. I'm loving Scream 7 already. Wait, I need to back up some more. Wait, is Ghostface like karate kicking Mark? Is he karate kid kicking Mark? That's funny. That's a little funny. That's funny. That's a little funny. Or that could be someone else. I can't really tell. Like this teaser trailer is really really fast. I can't tell if that's Mark or is that someone else from the Pine Grove Police Department.
It's gonna be fun.
Now let's go back a little bit more.
Hello?
Do you like scary movies? Surprise, Sydney. I've been planning this for a long time. Your daughter is the same age you were when this all started.
If you are.
Now, I'm not sure about you, but that looks like Sydney's house, and it does. But Sydney's house, I imagine that's Sydney's house. It kind of reminds me of Casey Becker's house a little bit. Yeah, it actually kind of reminds me of Sydney's house in the first film, and it's a combination of Sydney's house and Casey's house in the first film.
Hurt her.
I'm not going to hurt her until you're here to see it.
It's gonna be fun.
You can definitely tell that's Matthew's voice in the at the end of the trailer that this is gonna be fun. But like, why does he have to say that like this? Like this is gonna be fun? Fun? Now, what we know about Scream 7 so far is, you know, Sydney has has a daughter, has a teenage daughter named Tatum. She's living in Pine Grove, Indiana. Her husband's a cop, and she owns a coffee shop. Now let's look back at the first trailer for Scream 7. Yeah, let's look back at the first trailer. Mm. Yeah, let's take a look back at the first trailer. Okay.
This is it.
Can't believe we're staying at the Psycho Killer B&B.
Oh, that's so cool. It's a motion detector.
Hello?
Hello, Sydney. Did you miss me? Nice little town you found. You and your pretty daughter Reminds me of where we grew up.
Well, you sure know a lot about me for another asshole hiding behind a.
Okay, now I'm looking back at the first trailer. All right. All right. Sydney owns a coffee company called The Little Latte. A coffee shop called The Little Latte.
Voice changer.
Oh, I'm not hiding, Sydney.
Okay, let's stop sharing. No. Okay. So let me stop sharing for a second. Okay, so what we know so far. Sydney has a daughter named Tatum, a teenage daughter named Tatum, and I hear that she does have two other kids. She has a daughter named Tatum. She's living in a town. She's living in Grove, Indiana. Her husband's name is Mark, and he's a cop. Mark Evans. And like I said, she owns a coffee shop called the Little Latte. But yeah, Sydney owns a coffee shop called the Little Latte, and she's married, and she's married and living in town, Pine Grove, Indiana. Like I said in my previous live stream before I accidentally stopped it, I do not believe that Stu is alive. I firmly believe that the the new Ghostface killers are gonna use AI to mimic Stu's voice. That's why Matthew came back. Because believe it or not, with AI, you can mimic someone's voice, someone else's voice. Even though the movie itself is teasing us very hard about Matthew Lillard's return to Scream 7. Although I could be wrong. I could be wrong. He could actually, Stu could actually be alive. Yeah, I could be wrong, and Stu could actually be alive, but I firmly don't believe that. But I do believe. No, no, no. Here's my theory. I do believe who's ever tormenting and haunting Sydney is someone from her past. Yeah, I do believe it could be that Ghostface could also be from Sydney's past, a character that was never mentioned before now. There have been some theories that it could be Stu's sister Leslie. That is a possibility. I mean, it could be her. That would explain if it is her. That would explain why she burned down their childhood home because she probably hates the idea of their house being an Airbnb, which fun fact, the actual Scream House is an actual Airbnb. I hope to visit someday. But yeah, I hope to visit someday. Yeah, I hope to visit the Scream House someday. The actual Scream House. But like I said, here's who I believe could be the killer. The Scream, who can be the next Ghostface? Well, one of them. It could be McKenna Grace, the character. Because, like I said, McKenna Grace, she did play a killer in a movie before. But I also do believe that the ghost face, how she says, "Ooh, Sydney, what a nice little town you live in." It looks like it looks like where we grew up. I do believe it's someone from Sydney's past, like someone that's never been mentioned until now. But yeah, I do believe that it is someone from Sydney's past. I believe that it's McKenna Grace's character and somebody from Sydney's past. Mm. But yeah, I do believe it is someone from Sydney's past. But yeah, I think it is McKenna Grace and someone from Sydney's past. That's who I think who are the Ghostface killers in this film. Mm-mm.
Working hard is important, but there's something matters even more. Believing in yourself. Think of it this way. Every great wizard in history started out. There's nothing more than what we are now. Students. If they can do it, why not us? That's what I asked. So that's it for this lesson. Now we're not going to be meeting again after the holidays. So So just keep practicing on your own as best you can. And well done, everyone. Great work. Thanks a lot, Harry. Harry, what's up? These massive hospitals. Sounds great. Isn't it? Cedric, he's really just nice. You can see this moment.
Ooh, poster. There's a poster. Wow, the poster looks really cool. I like the fire theme. Mm. I think her name is Isabella Freeman. That's who plays Tatum in this film. Oh, and we finally have a photo. Oh, and Anna Camp is on the poster. Finally. Wow. This is really cool. Oh, and Anthony Anderson text in the first film. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. This is pretty cool. I like this poster. Maybe I should have this poster on my desktop. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna see who Anna Camp plays in Scream 7. I'm pretty sure that they have the full cast list out already. We have the first full trailer and we got the teaser trailer. So I imagine we have a full cast list out. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, let's see. Nev Campbell, Sidney Prescott. Oh, Isabel May, not Freeman. Okay. Yeah, on IMDb, under Anna Kant's name, all it says is Sydney's neighbor. Maybe her character doesn't have a name. Although I have been hearing that Anna Camp's name in the movie in Scream 7 is named Jennifer. Although I'm confused about something. Why does it say under Isabel May? Why does it say Tatum Prescott? If Sydney's married. Wouldn't Tatum's name be Tatum Evans and not Tatum Prescott? Or maybe her name is hyphenated. Maybe it's Tatum Prescott Evans. Yeah, under uh, Anna Kant's name, it just says Sydney's neighbor. But yeah, I have heard from people that like Anna Kant's name in the film is gonna be like Jennifer. So maybe I don't know. Jennifer is an A-list, and she's actually Leslie Mocker. But like I said, I do believe it's somebody from Sydney's past, one of the Ghostface killers. But it's someone from Sydney's past that was never mentioned in the previous films or never shown in the previous films. Yeah, I still don't believe that it's Stu. But what do you guys think? Do you think Stu is alive and Stu is gonna be revealed one of the Ghostface killers, and there's gonna be a big reveal that he's been alive this entire time? Oh, yes, I have a Wicked. Yeah, the Wicked poster is my desktop background. Yeah, there's no name under Jimmy Tetro. So I imagine in the opening scene of the first trailer, he just plays some guy that's just visiting, that's just him and his girlfriend, like they're staying at the Airbnb, and he and his girlfriend, they get killed off first. It looks like Michelle Randolph, and yes, I knew who she is. Michelle Randolph is like the girlfriend. Yeah, and there's no name yet under McKenna Grace. And it looks like there's gonna be a character named Bella. And under Celeste O'Connor, like it just says Tatum's friend. But yeah, the movie poster for this film, it looks awesome. I like it. And I like the fact that they used the original fonts that like they did in the first film. I love that. I haven't even seen the film yet. The film's not even out yet, and I'm excited. Like, honestly, I would love to be proven wrong that, Stu's been alive this whole entire time and he's been waiting and planning his revenge. I would love to be wrong, honestly. But like I said, I still believe that that the character Stu is not alive, but I could be proven wrong. But yeah, I still don't believe that Stu is alive, but who knows? I could be proven wrong. And when I do see the film, I could be proven wrong.
Well, the 10 security business, the only asked yesterday evening did the stay. And of course, we might have rather be the left. It's a day job. We strongly suspect the breakout was engineered by a man with vast experience who's taken from Azkaban, notorious mass murderer, Sirius Black, and a cousin of the skimpy electric Smith-Tonian.
But yeah, like I said, I do not believe that Stu is alive. But I could be wrong.
Make it powerful that will happy people that allow it to tell you what. Keep trying, guys. You'll find out. Spectacular control. A full body controller is the most difficult to produce. The seal form can also be equally useful against a variety of components. Fantastic game. Remember, the controllers can only protect you as long as you stay focused. So focus, Luna. You have this to be expected to it's all the term is given. This is really advanced stuff. You're doing so well.
What else? What else?
The smooth thing people fit to seize control of the ministry. Professor, he had nothing to do with it. But it's no big deal. It's better now. We'll make them all in this. Door is check them out. We just walk down the door. That's the plan. Door side. This one.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about a few different horror topics in this video here today. We'll be talking about the Conjuring prequel, the Conjuring 5, I guess I should say. We're going to be talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, New Sunnydale, and then we'll be talking about Scream 7. So starting off here with the Conjuring, Deadline has given us an update on the Conjuring prequel. It says that the Conjuring First Communion, which is the title, is going to be arriving next year on September 10th. Very little is known about the Conjuring First Communion, which comes from Rodrigue Hort, from a script by Richard Nang and Ian Goldberg. It's not certain if Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga's The Warrens are coming back. Warner's always had the September date in 2027 on hold previously. Now, I'm not familiar with that director, but good luck. And I'm willing to bet that the Warrens will be involved, just not played by Patrick and Vera. I feel they're going to attempt to flesh out that opening scene from the last movie into a full-length film that builds to Ed and Lorraine's younger selves being introduced. Just don't let Judy and her husband lead anything, please. I've said it before, but as much as I enjoyed those characters, there was nothing about them that screamed, yeah, these two need to carry the franchise into the future. A prequel should also reduce the chances of that happening, so that's a sigh of relief for me. Michael Chave's reign of terror is over, at least for any one of you out there who found his efforts to be nothing but a disappointment after disappointment over and over and over again. Now, I didn't mind Last Rites, and I didn't even think the third one was that bad. But I know a lot of people, when it comes to Michael Chave's involvement with the Conjuring franchise and his contributions to some of these entries, they do not like what he's been doing. They would prefer James Wan ended the franchise, well, the mainline franchise, as they put it, with The Last Rites. But at least for those of you who wanted Michael Chave's gone, he's gone. The boogeyman's gone. It's safe to come out and play again. But I definitely do not want to see anything related to Judy and her husband as leads. I do not want to see that. I think that this story that they're cooking up is just going to try to lean on the younger versions of Ed and Lorraine, and they'll bring those two back, not Patrick and Vera. Patrick and Vera probably won't be back until the TV show or the inevitable Legacy sequel that comes out in the next 10 years or so. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, New Sunnydale, we know is coming sooner rather than later, hopefully next year. Sarah Michelle Gellar was on the Los Angeles podcast recently, and she addressed New Sunnydale again. But this time it was about who she is and isn't making this show for. She says she's not doing this show for the people there who are just waiting to hate comment. She's doing it for true fans. She also acknowledged how Freddie Prinze Jr. told her if you're going to engage with positive reviews, you should also engage with negative reviews. And Freddie is not wrong there. I have to give him credit. He's not wrong there at all. But Sarah decides to not engage with any of it at all based off of what Freddie has told her. Now, I love Sarah as a performer and always will, but I wouldn't say anyone concerned about the show is just ready to hate it. Do those people exist? Yes, they absolutely exist. But I think Hollywood has developed this bad habit, at least the stars within Hollywood. They've developed this bad habit of acknowledging the loud minority a bit too much. A lot of people in the general audience simply just do not like the writing that is going on these days. They find it to be far inferior than what they got before. I hope anyone who has issues with New Sunnydale isn't inherently grouped in with the trolls if they are offering valid criticisms that come from a place of being a fan. I don't want Sarah to come off like she's suggesting that either, because that's the thing that tends to happen when you make comments like this. I understand what Sarah is getting at, but I think it's best to just not address that at all. Don't give any sort of platform to the trolls, because it looks like, to some, the way it comes off is that you're suggesting a real fan is only someone who will just consume anything without question. They have no criticisms. They just bootlick. A bootlick. And that's not correct. A fan can be someone who bootlicks just as much as they are down in the dumps about a product. They don't have to just be bootlickers. They can be people who are overly negative, toxic negativity, things like that. But that doesn't make them not a fan. And I wouldn't even go as far as calling them toxic. So I don't want to see us go down this path with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, New Sunnydale. If the show is worthy of being criticized, I hope the writers, Sarah involved, everybody will just take their lashings and just go for it from there. Don't use any over excessive troll comments as like a shield against valid criticism. Do not make that mistake that so many other products are currently making in Hollywood. Now, James Marsters was on the Bitches Back podcast with Charisma Carpenter, and he revealed there is interest in him coming back as Spike. No shock there, but he echoed comments from Sarah that she made in the past, and that's that he doesn't think Spike should return during season 1 because you need to develop the new Slayer, her friends, and have them beat a big bad first to establish them as characters audiences can be invested in before throwing in someone like Spike, who's already someone audiences are invested in, and then Nova and her friends kind of just get lost at the wayside. No, because then what happens when Spike is gone? Now we're left with characters we don't care about. Make us care about Nova and her friend group. He's not wrong. I've said it myself. This is not really about Buffy. It's about Nova. And you should not lean on the legacy characters as a crutch. I wouldn't even have them in the story at all if it were up to me. And that includes Buffy. I'm keeping my fingers crossed regarding New Sunnydale. I have a lot of faith that it will turn out to be something competent at least. I'm not expecting it to live up to the original show in the regard that it's just is equally good. Just be something competent that I can turn on and say, you know what? This is a nice addition to the Buffyverse. And I hope that it comes out next year to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the show. Now, we're going to end this video by discussing Scream 7. So Box Office Pro has come through with their forecast for the opening weekend box office numbers, doing anywhere from 20 to 40 million domestically. Now, I'm going to predict myself still that this will do around 50 to 55 million opening weekend. That wouldn't be a terrible opening weekend considering this movie's budget can't be anywhere close to Scream 4 at least. But I do believe if Scream 7 doesn't make as much or close to what 6 did, Spyglass and Paramount won't see telling Sidney Prescott stories as a priority. Meaning that if something were to go south again behind the scenes with Neve Campbell, they aren't going to hesitate to say, okay, hopefully we'll get you back down the road. But hey, writers over there, just go ahead and toss that Sydney script out. She doesn't want to do it again. She doesn't want to do it again. Just go ahead and toss it out. We're going to start from scratch. We don't need her. That's just how I'm imagining they are looking at this because none of these stars seem to matter to them. If we're being honest, none of the stars seem to matter. They're all expendable. They'll kick them out the door. They'll bring in new talent. They'll throw out a script. They'll write a new one. They'll keep making these for cheap and they will milk this dry. As long as the general audience is there, they don't care. That's the vibe that I'm getting from Spyglass. The way that they've done Neve Campbell before, what they've done recently with Melissa Barrera, they don't care. They just want to make a profit off Scream. Now, the plot for Scream 7 has leaked again, but which leak am I talking about? Y'all can figure that out. Y'all are smart enough to figure that out. Just know that the plot is legitimately out there. It's being spread around, and it's the only one being spread consistently. It's the loudest one online. The other ones that you don't see as much are not legit. I'm trying to keep it vague for anyone who hasn't seen a single leak. But yeah, at this point, a lot of you are being spoiled. A lot of you are seeing the leak. So I'm not even going to beat around the bush about it. A lot of people are going to learn the hard way with these leaks. You cannot just say that everything online is false, just like everything online isn't true. That particular leak that is going around the loudest, that is not fake. And it is what I've been teasing on this channel. I've actually theorized about it without realizing they were actually doing that motive. And I'm slowly but surely not coming across as the negative Nancy for Scream 7 anymore. It's everyone else that's joining that. Everyone's taking my seat because I actually fuck with the story that's on paper. I just got to see how it's executed. Liking something doesn't mean it's the best thing ever because none of these movies touch the original to me. But Scream 7 is something I can see myself giving a 6.5 out of 10 or higher, and I'm fine with that. I'm not looking for a masterpiece here. I'm just looking for something that's competent, something that doesn't completely disrespect Sidney Prescott, and I do not think that that's what's going on with what I know to be true about Scream 7. I will say that the leak does lack a lot of context, so expect some new details if you see the film in theaters next month. I see myself right now taking issue with the cinematography, at least some of it, hopefully not all of it. Some decisions that I think briefly make Gale and Sidney look stupid, I'll take issue with that. and a franchise first that I really cannot understand. It's a unfortunate franchise first. I can't understand how someone like Kevin Williamson would allow such an error to occur, since he of all people should know better at this point. But I'll wait until the movie comes out to see how it's executed before I start digging too deeply into that con. But let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. In the description, I have links to all my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course. Let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.
Good night.